Alright again, everybody. Welcome to another night of Georgia Bulldogs basketball. Georgia is taking on what will be its toughest task of the year. It's number 10 Kentucky. And not to mention, let's just go ahead and get this out the way first. We have never fared well versus Kentucky. They're 12-2 too, but they're number 10 in the nation. At the moment, from ESPN Predictor, Kentucky has a 53% chance to win. Hey, look, man. Nobody said it was going to be easy for Georgia to get in the conference game. Georgia is 12-2. They are coming off a loss versus Ole Miss. They didn't say that. Nobody said it would be easy for Georgia to win these games, but Georgia is 1-4 in their 4-1 in their last games, with wins over ESPN didn't load. Grand Canyon, Buffalo, Charleston Southern, South Carolina State, and a loss to Ole Miss. Saturday's game was very, very odd for Georgia because Georgia won the inside game. And Georgia even played defense. Georgia's defense is going to keep them in many, many games this year. The only problem was Georgia didn't shoot. The three-point shot did not fall at all. And that it's odd because when you look last year, Georgia's three-point shooting last year was on fire. Or last season was on fire. They didn't miss from three. And now we're struggling from three, but our defense is improved. So that's why our defense is going to keep us in games. If we can shoot better, we're going to have a good time winning games. We're going to have a great chance to win games if we can shoot better too. But you have to think about this. Georgia is going to have to play nearly perfect versus Kentucky. And I mean that. We're going to have to play flawless. We're going to have to play almost perfect to beat the Kentucky Wildcats. Why? Because it's the Kentucky Wildcats. It's arguably the greatest team in college basketball history. It's the greatest program. They have a first-year head coach. They're 12-2. They're coming. This is going to be their first true road conference game. Everything is lining up for Georgia to maybe pull an upset and win this game. I believe that. Everything is coming to be where Georgia can win this ball game. And people's going to disagree, and that's okay. But I truly believe that this game is warming up. It could be where Georgia could win this ball game. Last time against Ole Miss, Georgia had R.J. Godfrey had 4 points, Asa Newell with 13, Blue Kane with 6, Silas Demery Jr. with 6, Ty Lawrence with 8, Justin Absent with 2, Somto with 1, Deshane Montgomery with 6, and Dakota LaFew with 5. We shot a total of 2 for 18 from free, 29% overall, 11% from three-point land. And Ole Miss had 2 dudes in triple digits with 15 and 15. Like I said, I liked how Georgia played Saturday. If we shot better in that game, then dadgummit, we should have won. But it's to the point where after this game, after these 2 games versus Kentucky and Oklahoma, this is going to be the hardest stretch of basketball games for any Georgia team. The SEC is just truly a gauntlet this year. And, we have to be prepared. We have to be ready to play. But at the same time, too, we also need to understand that if we lose 2 or 3 games in a row, if we win 4 or 5 in a row, you need to keep a reminder and understand that this is the hardest conference to win in basketball in. And if we could just win 7 or 8 conference games, I think we'll be a lot for the NCAA tournament. I hope we win more than that, but I'm just saying, I think we'll be a lock for the NCAA tournament if we can win just 6, 7, or 8 or 9 conference games. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock. So 6:35 airtime with Scott, Chuck, Adam, and Luke. And what do you think of Georgia, Kentucky? I mean, just think of so many good games they've played. Obviously, the 2008 SEC tournament game in Atlanta after the Tornadoes moved. Georgia had to play 2 games in one day. Kentucky really thought they were going to win that game. And here comes Georgia down the court. Georgia hit a three to win the game. And then you unfortunately think of some of the losses they've had. Georgia has played Kentucky very, very close. 16-17 comes to mind in Rupp Arena. Georgia has not won in Rupp Arena since 08-09, but this game is not in Rupp Arena. This game is in Athens. Georgia is currently on a 2-game winning streak versus Kentucky in Athens. Georgia beat Kentucky in 2021. And then we beat them in 22-23. P.J. Horn's lay-in in 21 was still one of my favorite Georgia moments ever of all time. And then a second half comeback in 22-23. So, oh man, we have a bunch of great moments. That P.J. Horn layup probably still arguably the greatest moment I have ever witnessed as a Georgia fan. If people disagree with that, I apologize. But yeah, Georgia and Kentucky once again, 7 o'clock tip off, 6:35 airtime on the radio. Let's get this win, Georgia. Let's go, Dogs, and let's get this win.
Dogs do the improbable, the unthinkable, the unbelievable. They beat Arkansas and go wire to wire to win the SEC tournament.